man, you can't go to prison with wrinkly nuts. And then they went, I'm not fucking with his girlfriend. There's kingfish in her.
Don't let me walk out here, Ryan.
So here's a white guy with a black girl. All right, we'll call her. Look, when the cops pull them over, she's black.
She's black.
All right. So then she's black, right?
Especially in Irvine.
No, I'm on your side here, honey. Like, you're black.
You got a good tan in Irvine, you're black.
He keeps going like, she's half Mexican. She said, when the
Because
cops...
she said she was half Mexican. She made it perfectly clear.
All right, but for the sake of the demographic of the show, let's have two black women.
I think the demographic has been established by now.
No one's mind, so keep that in mind.
I know that. I'm talking to a guy in the audience that dates the mixed girl.
Say it again, I talked over you.
I'm talking to the white guy in the crowd that dates the beautiful
who happens to be a Marine
girl
that could have killed Daryl on stage, but Ryan didn't say shit.
Have you dated black girls before, mixed girls before? Is this your first black girl? Did you know? Did you just call me sir?
You gotta repeat his answer.
The Marine just called Ryan
first one, hey, sir, he just said.
Hold up. Give it up for our armed services. This dude just called Ryan sir.
What is this, fucking Death Jam now?
All right. Should we get up and bounce around?
Every black comic's like, come on, we're at it. How about a round of applause for the ladies in the house? Looking good.
Oh, you don't even try that shit. I don't do that. I don't do that.
Did you
just did it?
Did you know
I did that
black
because he's
girls?
a fucking armed service member.
Did you know black girls wrap their hair or wear silk or sleep on silk pillowcases prior to dating this young lady? Did you know that?
He did not.
There you go. We're learning a lot here tonight. He did not know that.
All right. How many women in this room right now are willing to take a flyer on Ryan Sickler?
I heard him.
Yeah. That's all you need, or three.
Let's just all do
She's
it together.
raising her hand.
All do it together.
In the back. That's really why we're here tonight. We're auctioning off white guys. Ryan Sickler. There's a nice Baltimore white guy. You may have seen him driving past prison throwing Skittles at the inmates.
We'll start the bidding at 50 cents.
Hey, Jay, I'm so happy y'all are auctioning him and not me tonight.
In this town. Especially in Irvine.
Yeah, that's why I'm like...
Everybody perked up like, oh, are they for real? Really? You're lucky we're not in Brea.
Oh, gee.
Brea's in the house? Oh, they're fired up. Yes! An Asian lady in Orange County? What are the odds?
Brought her to her feet.
She is fired up. An Asian lady cheering like a black... No, she's all right. I brought... No. Everybody, you're very nice. But... No. Hey, this ain't Altamont. They're doing their jobs. That's what they're told to do. But we're inciting riot. Shut up. Yes. You should go get her pregnant, Ryan Sickler. Oh. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah. I hope there's more black ladies in here. I'm going to get everybody pregnant. Yeah. Daryl Wright is my biological father. I was in Castle Grayskull with He-Man. And Gargamel.
And Battle Cat.
And Gargamel. There's some rapper named Battle Cat.
Yeah, it is.
Some fucking low-level douche.
Like some like poetry night rapper named Battle Cat.
So Ryan has how many black women? What is your white to black ratio?
I mean, I don't just date black girls.
That's why I said ratio.
I don't know what my white to black is, but I date. I mean, look at me. I will not. I mean,
what about your black
I'll say no to anyone. Black to white. I don't know. I've dated about 8 to 10 black girls, I guess, in my life.
Compared to
how many white girls?
Yeah.
I don't know. More than that.
408.
But there's been some Asians, some Latinas, some Middle Easterns.
You ever dated a dude?
Czech Republic. Never dated a fucking dude.
Why not?
Never dated a dude.
Why is everyone just
I'm too busy dating women to date dudes. That's why not.
You don't have a moment in your day where you can just break some off for a guy.
No.
That's messed up, man. That's not cool.
I would rather break that off for myself, which your wife has made you feel bad about.
No, I didn't feel bad about it.
I'm going to jerk off on the 405 on the way home tonight. Because I can. I will give myself some highway love.
I'm not Mr.
Tonight.
I hope you get pulled over. Right in
DUI check with my dick out.
Right as Vesuvius starts to go, you're like, oh.
Why do you have silk pillowcases in your car, sir? Pull over here.
Oh my God, that's funny. I once did a show in Buffalo, and I was 18. I drove from my parents' house in New Jersey to Buffalo for $50. I was opening for somebody. They're like, "Can you get up here now?" I'm like, "Yeah, 8 hours." I left at like 9 in the morning. I get up there. I drive around Buffalo, just killing time, and then I got to drive back because I was going to go to community college the next day. Sweet, for the first time ever, like the first day. And to stay awake, I remember I masturbated going through Pennsylvania on the 380 to the 80, and like I would have died if I didn't masturbate in the car. So now my wife said to me, "Is that important to you?" I would have went, "Staying alive, yes."
Yes.
And that's what I had to do. They say if you're ever attacked by a shark, just immediately start jerking off. Something about it just throws them off.
He might be a shark. Look how thrown off he is.
Shave your nuts.
You got a fin on your back?
And just start, like, furiously masturbating if you ever get hit by a shark. And they just peel off, man.
There's been a lot of dick talk up here tonight. I would like to tell you, if I could, a story, since it's story time. I'd like to tell you a community college story I have.
Excuse me.
Oh, wait a minute. We have a...
Did somebody prove that works?
Ryan was pulled over by a shark. leaving Brea.
It works.
I was just wondering who fucking...
I thought that callback was a layup, Brea. Tyson Chandler. She got in trouble. She can't get up anymore.
Poor girl.
Stand up the whole room. You yell at the Asian lady. Look, super well-behaved, cultured person. I need you to pipe down or I'm fucking throwing you right out of here, Asian lady. Let the lady have a time. Doing nails all day. Jesus. Not her. She doesn't do nails. She's total 714, right? Yeah, what's up?
Oh.
You want square or round? You ever get your nails done?
One time I did, yeah.
It's the best. If you don't pay attention at the nail salon, ladies will back me up on this. And a Vietnamese lady speaking English, if you're not paying attention, sounds exactly like a Vietnamese lady speaking Vietnamese. Because I'm in the chair next to my wife, and she goes, "Oh, hi, Nikki, how you been? You want massage? 20 minute eat-lay?" And my wife goes, "That would be great." And I'm like, who the fuck got Rosetta Stone when I went to London? But if I slow it down, "Hi, Nikki, how are you? Do you want massage 20 minutes each leg?" But, "Hi, Nikki, how are you? You want massage 20 minutes each leg?" That's Vietnamese, right?
That's nice.
You want square or round?
You know what?
My wife said,
Round.
Yeah. I've got to be in Jerry Maguire Part 2 so I can experience some of this shit. All I have is homeless dudes walking up to me saying that they're Jesus.
You don't need to be in a movie to go to a nail salon.
Yeah, dude. What am I going to pay him
I've never been in a movie.
Pay him with the
You've
money
been
he
to
throws at
prison,
homeless
man.
people.
That's bad enough.
He's got so much money, he throws it at the homeless.
I know.
So why, if you just
Hey, you owe me for my tooth too, motherfucker.
Boom!
I got 30 more
Come on, that was
sweet.
a
Don't even
wonderful.
try that. That was sweet.
That was David Freeze, game
That was
6.
sweet, baby. Come on
She
now.
was out.
That was sweet. Come on now.
All right, don't belabor the point, dummy.
Aye.
Make a big deal out of it.
Have you told him the fucking story about how you tricked me in Vegas?
We did it on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I told him that 30% of my audience, for some reason, are white supremacists. Daryl was opening for me in Vegas, which was he's no opening act. This is a headliner.
Up against the wall.
And I go, I don't know how to explain this to you, but like 15-20% of my audience, I don't know how it happened, but over the years, I have this weird like Aryan Nation following, and I'm not down with it. I don't support it.
And this is also the first time you've ever met
we've never met
together. That's the
And they go, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Daryl Wright." And Daryl goes out, and you know how you put your hand, like right now, if I want to see the back row, I got to put my hands over my eyes to see the guy. Like now I didn't know there was this many people here. Wow, it's full. But Daryl did his whole show like, "Hey, how's everybody?" With his hands over his eyes, with his head on a swivel, like Ray Rice moving between the fucking tackles. And he did 4 minutes. And said, "You guys ready for your headliner?" And they were like, "I guess. We're not really warm, but sure."
I was like, fuck it. There's Jay Mohr. Good night.
I love how like they go, "You go out first." Like the whole comedy structure to me is odd. Like I like a 2-man show, like when we go out on the road, like we had another guy in the show, and I wish it was just a 2-man show. Because I like, you go out, do 20 minutes, I go out, I do an hour, and we just crush it, we just kill it. But like a guy in the middle, and it's a whole thing, it gets waterlogged to me. But it's always weird to me, like, they always go, you go out first, you warm everybody. Like, everyone in the audience is a goddamn relief pitcher, like, get them loose. Are they ready? Not yet. I got about 4 more minutes. They're almost ready. You know what? I don't want that audience. I want the lefty audience. All right, how many jokes did you write today? Leave me alone. I just made that up on the spot, you know? What are you going to do? Why don't you tell me a story about beauty school?
Community college. So
I thought you said beauty school.
Community college. I'm
getting a glass of water. I'm listening.
Will you get me one too, please? I originally from Baltimore. I went to community college at this college called Catonsville Community College, which I could call the 13th and 14th grade. Let's be honest of what it really was. And I was on the soccer team. It was pretty good, all JUCO, my second year.
They had a good baseball team.
And yeah, they did actually.
Yeah.
And we had a bunch of rowdy dudes on this team, and a couple of them lived downtown on Fort Avenue, which is right by Fort McHenry, which is where the Star Spangled Banner was written. Know your history. So we all decide that we are going to get, thank you very much, that we're going to go to this party. They invite us down. And it's like, November. We're sort of winding the season down. And it's cold in Baltimore. And we go to this little row house. Dude's got this party. And, you all right there? And I don't know what the hell just happened. So we go to this row house, and we go to this party, and this guy on the team is throwing it, and we all get there. There's about 8 of us. And he's got this buddy named Sparks, right? Sparks is like 6'3", big fat motherfucker. And I'm like, Sparks, why did they call you Sparks? And he's like, well, when I was little, I was really fat, as opposed to now. And he's like, and I would sit on my... Little Mabel came out, dog.
That was funny as hell.
And he would ride his mini bike, and he was so fat that his muffler would scrape the ground and shoot sparks out. That's how he got the name Sparks. So Sparks is going upstairs and downstairs, upstairs and downstairs. And every time he comes up from downstairs, his nose is whiter and whiter, right? So they're like, there's Coke downstairs if you want to do Coke, but we have some weed and some beer up here. We're like, we're cool on the weed and beer. I don't need to go down there and do Coke. We'll just smoke weed and beer because we're mid-season. What's the matter with y'all? We don't need cocaine. So Sparks keeps going downstairs and he comes up. And he's got this look on his fucking face. And in the corner, the guy that had the party had an aquarium with an alligator in it. Okay? It's a true story. Alligator. Now, it was like maybe from the tip of the beak, or whatever the fuck you call it, mouth, to about the base of the tail, this big, like a really big iguana, and then the tail, And Sparks gets this idea. He looks over, and he looks back at us, and he got that smile on his face, the one that Vincent D'Onofrio had right before he fucking killed himself after he killed everybody. That weird look, and he goes over.
Everyone hates me, Joker.
Yes, and he starts fucking taking his arm, and we're like, "Don't do it, Sparks! Don't do it, Sparks!" And he's waving his arm in this alligator aquarium. Okay, the alligator's just sitting on like a piece of wood with some water in it, and it just did that little left look over, like, "Oh, there's some shit in the tank right now. I could eat this." And he just keeps waving his arm. We're like, "Don't do it, Sparks! Don't do it, Sparks!" Then Sparks grabs the alligator and he lifts it up. And we're like, holy shit, now there's an alligator out of this aquarium. He has cocaine all over his fucking face. And it's like, man, this thing could bite our ankles. We play soccer. Like, let's put that back in the aquarium. And he started dancing. And he's holding it like this by the belly. And the mouth of it's about as close as the mic is to my face. And Guns N' Roses came on. And he started dancing like Axl Rose like this. And then he kissed the alligator like this, right on the mouth. And we're like, Sparks, don't do it, Sparks, don't do it, Sparks. And Sparks did it again, and then Sparks looked to the left, and when Sparks looked back, that alligator said, boom, on his fucking face. On his face. And the look of the alligator was like, this is some delicious flesh, and wow, this is what cocaine tastes like? Like, this alligator was like, I'm ready to fucking party, I am not letting go of your fucking face. And your first instinct is to rip the thing off, but you can't because it has thousands of razor blade teeth and it's locked on your face. And we are on the floor pissing ourselves. And he's screaming. And finally he says, fuck it. He just rips it off his face. And he throws it back in the aquarium. And we're dying. And he's holding his mouth. And he just keeps letting his hand go little by little. And there's no blood at first. And then about the third time, just gushing. I mean, gushing. We could not stop laughing. He's like, you got to take me to the hospital. We're like, we're not taking you to the fucking hospital. You've done so much cocaine and weed and beer. Like, we're not going to, what are we going to do? Take you in and be like, Sparks got bit in the face by an alligator.